we have started with the redox reaction and write down the definition. All those reactions that involve reduction half and the oxidation half are called redox reaction. So now we are going to understand what is a reduction and what is a oxidation half. I will give you some definition. Using that definition, you will able to figure out that which half is reduction half and which half is oxidation half. So in this column, in the reduction column, write down the definitions of reduction half. In this column, in the oxidation column, write down the definition of oxidation half. I will give you three definitions and one by one I will elaborate that. I will explain it one by one. Right now you are just writing definitions. You are writing three definitions. Still participants are entering. So then after I will elaborate all the definition one by one. Definition number one. Now this definition of redox reaction is based on transfer of hydrogen and oxygen. So in the reduction half you write down reduction is a process in which there is an addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Reduction is a process in which there is an addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. So this side you write down it is the addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Reduction is a process in which there is an addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. On the other side, write down oxidation is a process in which there is an addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. So that is the first definition. This definition is based on transfer of hydrogen and oxygen. It is based on transfer of hydrogen and oxygen. So during process, if hydrogen they are added or oxygen is removed, that can be called as a reduction. Or during process, if oxygen is added or hydrogen is removed, so that is called oxidation. After this, I am writing second definition. As I said, first you will write down all three definitions and then I will elaborate one by one. Second definition, reduction is a process. Reduction is a reaction in which electrons are added. There is addition of electron. So during reduction, electrons are added. So if there is an addition of electron, that can be called as a reduction. And oxidation is a process in which electrons are removed. So removal of electron is oxidation and addition of electron is reduction. That is the definition number 2. Now I am writing third definition. The third definition is during reduction, oxidation number of an atom decreases. The atom which undergo reduction, its oxidation number decreases during reduction. And during oxidation number of an atom increases. So if the oxidation number of any atom increases, that can be called as a oxidation. And if the oxidation number of an atom decreases, we can say that atom has undergo reduction. So that is the third definition. So based on transfer of hydrogen oxygen, based on transfer of electron, and based on the oxidation number, I have written 3 definitions of reduction and oxidation on the board. And all those reactions which involve reduction and oxidation, they are called redox reaction. That is what the definition of redox reaction. So write down this definition, then I am going to explain one by one with the example. To understand the last definition, first we have to understand what is oxidation number. So when I will take that definition, first I will explain you what is oxidation number, how to find oxidation number, rules I will explain, and then after we will understand example in case of the last definition. The first 2 definition has a limitation. This definition you can apply only to those redox reaction. The first definition you can apply only to those redox reaction which involve transfer of hydrogen and oxygen. The second definition you can apply only to those redox reaction which involve transfer of electron. And the third definition you can apply to all redox reaction as it is based on oxidation number. So write it down first and ask any query you have. You can type your query. In between, I will unmute you people for some time so you can ask your doubt before I move further.
पर आवाज નથી આવતો इंटरनेट कनेक्शन अनस्टेबल बताવે છે.
Is it a problem with you or problem with everyone?
No, problem with her.
I got kicked 4 or 5 times because of my internet connection. So I think it's.
Sir, but the video feed keeps
But I was
cutting.
extension. I wasn't here most of the time.
Am I audible to most of the students?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Okay. If any specific student has any doubt, or I'm
Sir,
not
the video
audible
keeps
to
cutting.
specific student, then check the audio in that case. So I have started with the redox reaction.
headphone.
I have written the definition of reduction and the definition of oxidation. One side I have written the definition of reduction, one side definition of oxidation. So is anyone having any doubt in these definitions before I move further?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So as I said, I will mute you people after some times to avoid interruption. Then again I will unmute after the completion of topic.
Laptop.
Okay, as I said, I will start with one definition and I will elaborate it. I'm starting with the first. I'm removing this. Now let's understand this definition, that how we can define based on the transfer of hydrogen and oxygen. I will explain you with a very simple example. All of you know the equation for the formation of water, how the water is formed, what are the reactant left hand side, and how to write the reaction. I'm writing that reaction on the board. H2 gas, when it reacts with the oxygen gas, it reacts to form water right hand side. So I have written a very simple equation on the board, and that equation is a formation of water. Now this equation belongs to redox reaction. It belongs to redox reaction. It is a redox reaction. And we can identify reduction half and oxidation half by applying the first definition. Here I can apply the first definition of this transfer of hydrogen and oxygen to identify which half is a reduction half and which half is a oxidation half. Now let's understand how to do this. See the change. The hydrogen, it goes to H2O. The hydrogen has changed to H2O. So hydrogen has changed to H2O. So can I understand it is the addition of oxygen? This is the addition of oxygen. And as per the definition, what is the addition of oxygen? The addition of oxygen is oxidation. So hydrogen has oxidized here. This particular half is called oxidation half. It is called oxidation half. The hydrogen has oxidized as the oxygen is added into the hydrogen. I am applying the first definition. Now see the change of oxygen, the another reactant. The oxygen has changed into H2O. So that can be understood as an addition of hydrogen. It is the addition of hydrogen to oxygen. And what is the addition of hydrogen? The addition of hydrogen is a reduction as per the definition. So this particular half, oxygen to H2O, this half that can be called as a reduction half. So this half is a reduction half and this half is a oxidation half. And the entire reaction is a redox. So during this reaction, the H2 is oxidized, the O2 reduced, right? And I have applied the first definition to figure out that which half is the oxidation half and which half is the reduction half. Okay, now the H2 undergo oxidation, but H2 oxidize in a presence of what? It oxidizes in a presence of oxygen. So oxygen that can be called as an oxidizing agent. It's oxygen that is oxidizing hydrogen into the water. So oxygen here is oxidizing agent. That is oxidizing agent. O2 has undergone reduction. O2 is reduced here. But the reduction of O2, that is because of hydrogen. It's a hydrogen that is reducing oxygen. So hydrogen that can be called as a reducing agent, or you can also use the term reductant, and here you can use the term oxidant or oxidizing agent, reductant or reducing agent. So O2 is oxidizing agent, hydrogen is a reducing agent. There is the oxidation of hydrogen, there is a reduction of oxygen, and this entire reduction is redox reaction. So this is how you can find reduction half, oxidation half, reducing agent, oxidizing agent by applying this first definition, right? So I have given one example where you can apply this transfer of hydrogen and oxygen to find oxidation half and reduction half. So let me unmute you people for some time so you can ask any doubt you have. You can ask your doubt by writing also, by texting also. Are you clear with the first definition?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. So write down a question based on this. Write down a question. The question is, Fe2O3 Fe2O3 is known as ferric oxide. Reacts with the carbon monoxide to form Fe and carbon dioxide. Fe2O3, which is known as ferric oxide, reacts with the carbon monoxide to form Fe and carbon dioxide. Now write down the first question. After writing this, you write down the first question. The first question is, write balanced chemical equation. The first question is, write balanced chemical equation. Write down the second question. Second question is, identify reduction half and oxidation half. Identify reduction half and oxidation half. And write down third question. Third question is, identify reducing agent and oxidizing agent.
So, do we write the questions first or do we solve them first?
First, you have to write the question, because after you write the question, then only you will be able to solve. Otherwise, there is a three part of the question.
Okay.
You write down all
Okay.
three part and solve one by one. Solve first
Okay.
part, then second part, then third part.
Sir, what is the third question?
The third question is, identify reducing agent and oxidizing agent. So I am giving you 4-5 minutes to solve this. Then I will do on the board. You will apply first definition of transfer of hydrogen and oxygen to solve this. Let me know when you are done with the question.
So, we are done. I
We are
mean,
done.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
yeah.
Now I'm doing on the board, so just verify what you have done with that. See, the reactant is Fe2O3 that is reacted with carbon monoxide to form Fe and CO2. So there is a Fe and there is a CO2. All right. So this is a equation. This is our reactants and this is our product. Now, if you see during this reaction, what has happened to the Fe2O3? It has gone
It
into
is
the
reduced.
Fe2O3 has gone into the Fe. So can I
It's reduced.
Can I understand this as a removal of oxygen?
Yes.
Yes.
And what is the removal of oxygen? Removal of oxygen is reduction.
Reduce.
Reduction. Right.
So it has undergo reduction.
Reduction.
And this reactant has undergo oxidation.
Oxidation.
Because there is the addition of oxygen in case of carbon
Oxygen.
monoxide. Right.
Right.
Now the one which undergo oxidation is a reducing agent. And one which undergo reduction, that is oxidizing agent. So this one is oxidizing
हमारा आंसर है
Oxidizing.
क्या?
and the CO is a reducing agent. I hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you got the first definition. Now I'm going to second definition of the redox reaction. This definition is based on transfer of electron. And according to this, during reduction, there is an addition of electron. And in the oxidation, there is a loss of electron. If there is an addition of electron, that is reduction. If there is a loss of electron, that is oxidation. Now this is applied to ionic compound. When there is a formation of ionic compound, we can apply this definition. Let me give you one example. You all know the sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is formed by the reaction of Na solid and chlorine gas. When these two react, they react to form sodium chloride,
NaCl solid.
NaCl solid. Now NaCl solid is an ionic compound. So if you identify ions in NaCl, there is a Na plus and there is a Cl minus. The ions are Na plus and Cl minus. So what has happened during the reaction? Sodium that has gone to Na plus. The sodium has changed to Na plus. And for that, there will be a loss of electron from sodium. There will be a loss of electron from sodium. Chlorine has gone to Cl minus. And for that, there is a gain of electron to chlorine. The chlorine has gained electron and sodium has lost electron. And loss of electron is oxidation and gain of electron is reduction. So this particular half is oxidation and this part is reduction. So in our redox reaction, if you want to label, we can label this half as a oxidation half and this particular half as a reduction half. So this is oxidation half, this half is the reduction half. And as I said, the one which undergo oxidation is a reducing agent. So sodium here is reducing agent and the one which undergo reduction act as an oxidizing agent. So chlorine here is oxidizing agent. So here I have applied second definition, transfer of electron to identify reduction half, oxidation half, reducing agent and oxidizing agent. So this we will do for the ionic compound.
Oh, sir, I have a doubt.
हाँ, बोलिए.
Sir, why did you write half chlorine?
See, you do not want to write half in the equation, you can multiply the entire equation by 2. Let's say if you do not want to involve fraction in the equation, I have written for the 1 mole of NaCl. Equation I have written on the board, that is for the 1 mole of NaCl. And let's say you do not want to involve fraction in the equation, you can multiply the entire equation by 2. So if you will multiply this by 2, this will become 2 Na solid, right? Plus Cl2 gas gives 2 NaCl solid. Now this is for the formation of 2 mole of NaCl, and that is for the formation of 1 mole of NaCl.
Okay.
Alright. Our 40-minute session, this will discontinue, auto discontinue after 5 minutes. And you people will relog in after 10 minutes.
Sir.
Yes.
10 minutes.
Your same ID.
With the same ID. So you will reconnect after 5-10 minutes with the same ID once it auto disconnect. Okay. So by that time, you take one question to solve. Write down a question to solve based on this. The question is, magnesium reacts with the chlorine to form magnesium chloride. Magnesium reacts with the chlorine to form magnesium chloride. Write down first question. Write a chemical equation. The first question is write chemical equation. Second question, identify reduction half and oxidation half. Identify reduction half and oxidation half. And the third question, label reducing agent and oxidizing agent. Label reducing agent and oxidizing agent.
Done, sir.
Done.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it was a simple question like NaCl. So I hope all of you have done it. Right. The equation in that
Yes.
it will be like this. Magnesium is a Mg and Cl2. They combine to form
Said done, sir.
MgCl2. And this is a oxidation half. All right. This is reduction half. The Mg has oxidized, the chlorine has reduced in this equation. And if you analyze MgCl2, which ions are there? The ions
Mg2 plus and Cl minus.
Mg2 plus and Cl minus. So if we show the transfer of electron, how should we write? That Mg has gone into Mg2 plus, and for that Mg has lost 2 electrons, and the chlorine has gone into chloride ion and it has gained electron. If you want to write for 2 chlorine, as there are 2 chlorine in the equation, you can multiply this by 2, right? So this is oxidation, this is reduction, this is a reducing agent. The Mg is reducing agent here, and the chlorine is oxidizing agent. The chlorine is oxidizing agent. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Take few more questions. Write down first. Combustion of methane gives carbon dioxide and water. Combustion of methane.
Complete or complete?
Complete.
Complete combustion.
Okay.
Complete combustion of methane gives carbon dioxide and the water. Again, the questions are same. Write chemical equation, identify oxidation half, reduction half, oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Second equation, combustion of methane के बाद second equation. You have to do for this all this equation. Do same for all this equation. Whichever definition you want to apply, you can apply that definition. Whichever definition applicable, apply that and find this. The second question, aluminum reacts with the oxygen to form aluminum oxide. Aluminum reacts with oxygen to form aluminum oxide. Third question, hydrogen reacts with the chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen reacts with the chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. Fourth question,
Sir, can you repeat the third question?
hydrogen reacts with the chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. That is the third question. Fourth question, sulfur dioxide reacts with the oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. Sulfur dioxide reacts with the oxygen to form sulfur trioxide.
Reversible reaction.
Yes. Sulfur dioxide reacts with the oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. And the last question, Zn reacts with the copper sulfate. Zn reacts with the copper sulfate to form zinc sulfate and copper.
ZnSO4
Plus Cu.
To give ZnSO4 plus Cu.
Yes.
All this question. And ask any doubt you have.
Addition of hydrogen.
Which question?
Sir, done with all.
Good.
Me too.
Okay, fine. Now put the heading. Put the heading. Experimental observation of redox reaction.
What?
Experimental
Observation of
redox
redox reaction.
So 2 minutes are left.
Just put the heading. I will start after we reconnect.